Didier Drogba and Samuel Eto'o are two legends of African and European football. They've won 29 titles between them. Yet Paris Saint-Germain refused to sign the two stars. How did PSG make such a big mistake? For more unbelievable anecdotes in football, subscribe to Oh My Goal. Samuel Eto'o's legend precedes him. The Cameroonian has had huge success in his career. But before all this, Eto'o had to fight to achieve his dream. I made a bad decision, like all young Africans who dream of making it in Europe. In 1995, aged 14, Eto'o left Cameroon to go to France. The teenager left everything behind him: his home, his friends, his family. Unfortunately, his adventure didn't go as planned. I arrived in France with only a 10-day visa. First, I went to Marseille, Avignon, and after, I decided to stay in Paris, in Notre Dame. When they caught you, they sent you back home. But Eto'o only had one thought in his mind: getting his break in football. His ambition meant he was willing to risk it all. I tried to take part in a trial organized by PSG. I was rejected at the entrance. Why didn't PSG give this talent a chance? Eto'o's visa was expired. Eto'o was limited in his movements without official documents. Despite his failure, the young man had to stay in the French capital for months. But the young man's dreams weren't crushed by this episode. Eto'o rallied in Spain, where he was finally able to show off his game and become the legend we all know. Sadly, Paris didn't learn their lesson. 2 years later, another phenomenon failed to make it through the club's doors: Didier Drogba. I felt like a piece of dirt. How did this happen to Drogba? In 1997, the Ivorian was making an impact with his club in the Paris region. PSG were impressed. Drogba even went to their offices, where his agent was finalizing the transfer that the Ivorian had been dreaming of. $1,671 a month, 7 pairs of boots, 1 car. Drogba was within touching distance of his dream. He was sent to France aged 5 to achieve this destiny. All Drogba had to do was wait in the corridor while the final details were settled. But this corridor was as far as young Didier got. The time passed slowly. 5 minutes became 10, then 20. No one came out. I started to have a bad feeling. What was happening? Where were they? Had they changed their minds? In reality, PSG tried to add a clause to Drogba's contract at the last minute, a decision which changed everything. No one showed me the least bit of interest. I felt like dirt. So I said to myself, that's enough. I'm out of here. The Ivorian striker eventually fled to the west of France and developed his game. However, Drogba and PSG crossed paths again in 2003. This time it was the coach who judged him below the club's level. So Drogba went to Marseille, then Chelsea. We all know what happened next. Imagine what PSG would have looked like with these two stars up front. Drogba, Eto'o, a dream partnership. Fortunately or unfortunately, things didn't work out with PSG. For other videos and news about your favorite players, subscribe to Oh My Goal News.